Like any complex mechanism, our brain needs attention and care, so in adulthood he continued to act as aggressively and quickly as in the early years. Why, when it comes to our abilities, we so readily assume the worst? After all, the negative assumptions that have no basis in reality can in the end to materialize. Exploring this issue in the past decade, Dinah Turin from the University of North Carolina in the US came to the conclusion that with age, we usually lose faith in their own mental abilities. Even if these powers are preserved, we are at quite a high level. So, if crossing the threshold of the room, we do forget that we are in it, you need to start memory training or to make training more intense than before. Partial hearing loss increases the load on attention and reduces the number of useful stimuli coming from outside, thus reducing the gray matter. According to the findings of one study, cognitive abilities can be reduced by 24% within 6 years. Regardless of age, it is important to avoid situations that wear out the ear. And even a hairdryer for drying hair a quarter of an hour a day can harm the small cells, which are responsible for receiving sounds from the surrounding space. Instead of wasting time on exercises for the brain or crossword puzzles, which actually use some, do some more serious gymnastics, playing the piano or learning a foreign language. Learning a foreign language or technique of playing a musical instrument give the brain flexibility and elasticity, helping him not to lose these properties. As a result of recent studies, it became clear that the musicians have the probability of occurrence of senile dementia by 60% lower than people who do not play musical instruments. And if you think that you have too difficult job, 2 more languages and to study, you are very lucky. Occupations that require high intellectual effort keep the brain in good shape. Obesity is detrimental, in particular, and for the brain. The cholesterol that accumulates in the arteries restricts blood flow to the brain. As a result of disrupted blood flow, he will lack necessary for normal functioning the amount of food and oxygen. A diet consisting mainly of sweet and high-calorie food may interfere with insulin signaling, triggering a chain reaction that will eventually lead to the formation in the blood vessels of the brain atherosclerotic plaques. This explains why elderly people who adhere to Mediterranean diet, cognitive skills remain at the same level as the people at 7.5 years younger. We often think that the brain is not associated primarily with the muscles. But actually keep the body in good physical shape is the best way to keep healthy in brain. Physical activity body not only improves blood flow to the brain, but also help to increase the number of proteins that stimulate the growth and development of neural networks of the brain. Students who walk to school usually learn better, and seniors who regularly walk show more sharp memory and high level of concentration. Brain activity useful for a variety of bodily practices, from light aerobic, cardio workouts to strength training and even bodybuilding. Select the mode that best suits your current fitness level. People, as you know, are social creatures and need to communicate with their own kind. Communication with friends and family encourages us, inspires the experiments, free from stress and depression. And the most socially active people reduce the likelihood of cognitive activity in the 12-year term 70% less than those who lead a secluded life.